Hey YouTube, it's RuTube here. Tonight I am making weeknight meat sauce with pasta. Sorry, I had a brain fart. First things first, nice sized pan. Put some heat on and get it started. And then I'm gonna grab my hamburger, or my ground beef, and I'm gonna wait for this to heat up. Okay, I'm back. Giving this a couple minutes to warm up. And this is, what is it? I think roughly about 1.25 pounds. I have 2 of them, but I think I might only do one. I might save the other one for Sophia. Or just use a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use a little. I'm gonna use just a bit of that. She can have the rest. Not all at once, but cook some up for her plain in a separate container. Put it in the fridge, and that way you can have a nice meal that's special, but it's not so much garbage. So they got some green beans, pumpkin, even though I ran out of her live culture yogurt, but I'm getting off topic. So we're going to break this up, and this is almost going to be, now the seasoning is going to be different, and the steps are going to be a little bit different, but if you watch the chili, the homemade chili one I did, the way I prepared the meat is going to be about the same. Not quite the same seasonings, not quite the exact same method, but I mean, when you're making chili and you're making meat sauce, it's just about the same damn thing. That one's got more chili in it, or chili peppers and stuff like that in it, and the other one's got more herbs, you know, oregano and marjoram and sweet basil and stuff like that with it. And since this is a weeknight recipe, I am going to be using a cheat, not a sponsor. And of course, I'm going to season that because it's just not as good as homemade. I don't have any homemade ready, just homemade paste, and I don't want to let it have to cook for a long time. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to get myself some salt, and what do you think? Huh? Nice. Pretty cool, huh? But I'm not going to use a ton of salt because I am going to use, excuse me, I have hiccups now. I had a salad earlier, like hours ago, now it's starting to come up. So, I'm going to probably use a little bit of the better bouillon beef, so I can, you know, give it some nice flavor. Then I'm going to use granulated onion. You can use whole too if you want, you know, whole onions if you really enjoy them. You know, it's your call. Then, of course, I'm going to use some fresh garlic, but I'm going to give that a couple minutes till some of the fat renders, and then I'm going to put that in there. Okay, and then I'm going to use some oregano. I think this is actually, oregano is one of my favorite herbs. I won't lie, I just love it. When I was younger, it was sweet basil. Not no more. And then I'm going to use some Italian seasoning. This has my marjoram and sweet basil and stuff in it. I think it's got some oregano, or well, it does have oregano in it, but I think some rosemary and stuff too. Yeah, thyme, oregano, marjoram, basil, rosemary, and sage. So we're gonna, of course, we'll be using this stuff again in the actual sauce itself. But, so, as of right now, that's where I'm going to leave it. Make sure it's nice and stirred up. Broken up in nice little pieces. Okay, I'm going to give this a couple minutes. Oops. Sorry. Smacking it pretty loud. I shouldn't be, but force of habit. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. I'm back. It's coming along good. I got I probably can't see, but I got Sophia's ready too. I got some fresh carrots and a potato I think I'm gonna put those in the air fryer and cook them up so I can put it in there because it's better than rice. Or we try not to give anything with grain in it. So now I am going to, whoops, use a little garlic, decent amount. And see, I let some of the water out of here and some of the fat render, so the garlic can fry up a little bit, but it wouldn't over fry, because over fried garlic's disgusting. Well, I guess for most people it is, but some people it's not. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this go a couple minutes. I want to. Beautiful. That look good. Right. We'll give that just a minute or two, and while that's going on, I'm gonna grab my Better Than bouillon and make sure I got the beef one, and my red wine. And I do have some real Parmesan cheese for the end. You know, the brick that doesn't have the is it cellulose that they put in it in the already shredded stuff, so it doesn't quite keep it from binding and clumping. That looks good. Okay, now what we're gonna do is take our Better Than bouillon. I love this stuff. Okay, we're gonna find something clean to use. So throw it in there because we do not want to use anything that we've used for anything else because then you'll contaminate it. It's a buttered stir. Okay, so take, I think it's about a tablespoon. I'm real bad when it comes to iron stuff, so there we go. Put that in there. I'm going to put this aside. I'm not going to let that touch anything else in case I want to use it again because I don't want to contaminate that. And I'm just going to stir this up. Nice. This will make it, I know it's beef, but this will make it taste beefier. Almost like, you know, when you make a roast or something and you use stock or something instead of water. It's based on the same concept. Now I'm going to shut you off for just a minute so I can, because I think it's going to take just a minute or two to get all this stirred in because I just did glops and I don't want to leave any glops of it because normally I'd get that big salty mouthful. So we'll be right back. Okay, I got this nice and stirred up. I don't see any more patches of it in here. So what I'm going to do is give it a little taste, see how it is. You alright? You sure? Do you need a drink? You have a drink.
Yep, and that one's big.
That's pretty good. I think I will use just a bit, but not much more of this. Just like that. Smells really good. And I think I'm going to use some fresh black pepper in it too. Actually, I'm going to be using the pepper medley I have because that's what I got on my grinder. Oops. Caribou pork's probably hot. The way this meat tastes right now, it would be perfect in a taco, burrito, chimichanga, which I love chimichangas. That would be my choice. Some rice and some beans, cheese. Oh man, that would be good. Alright, so I'm just going to give this a stir. Oop. Make sure I get all that out of there. Or not all of it out of there, but make sure I have it all mixed in. One more time. Oh, that's good. Very good. Now, yes, that hurts too. What I'm gonna do is grab myself a spatula. Didn't want to dirty something else, but I think I'm gonna have to so I can get that nice and mixed up. And this is gonna probably look and sound weird for almost everybody, but I'm gonna take some regular old white flour and just give it a little sprinkle on top, just like that. See? Oops, got some on the floor. Okay. Watch out, sweetie. You gotta. I'm gonna stir this up. Nice and incorporated and get the raw flour cooked out of it. Watch out, baby. I don't want to step on you. I'm big. I can not want to, but it might hurt you if I fall on you. Alright. I'm going to give this just a couple minutes. I'm not going to make you watch me. But just to get that cooked. Watch out, baby. Sophia, the pork. You got to move, baby. Thank you. Be right back. Okay. Got this right where I want it. A little brown. Got cooked up. It's absorbed most of the grease. Now I'm going to take some regular old cheap red wine and give it a couple glugs. Stir that up. And now I'm going to let the alcohol cook out of this. If not, you're going to have a very bad, pungent, nasty alcohol flavor. So I'm going to leave that just like that for a couple minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have this cooked down almost where I want it. Okay. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to turn it down so the meat won't dry out, and so I get the last that little bit of alcohol taste out of it. Plus I want it cooled down a little bit before I put my sauce in there so it doesn't splatter everywhere. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to get a pot of boiling water ready so I can get my pasta ready. Okay, I'm back. Got my water ready. Sophia's stuff in the back. I got this turned down. We're just going to put our sauce on. And I'm going to gauge how much sauce I use by how meaty it is. Because I still want this to be a little saucy. I don't want it to be a chili. Okay. I think I had to sneeze. I got something up my nose. Whew. Okay, so stir this up. And we're going to have to doctor this up because, let's face it, canned sauce isn't exactly the best thing in the world. Yeah, I'm going to do one more can. So, I'll be right back. Okay, I used just about one more can. And I'm going to granulated onion. A little bit of granulated garlic. A whole lot of oregano. That might be too much in there, but sure, we'll find out. And then, of course, some the Italian seasoning. And I'll slowly mix this up so I don't fling sauce all over the place, which I have tendencies to do. With everything, not just sauce. Ask pork, she'll tell you. She loves it when I cook. I almost always get stuff on the floor. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Now I'm going to use some unprocessed sugar, or raw sugar. This is what I have for right now. I'm hoping it doesn't use much. But if so, I can put more in there. Okay. We just keep this stirring. I'm going to let this cook a couple minutes, heat up a little bit. On, see, I told you. Before I taste it, so it heats up a little bit and lets the flavors meld some. go. Okay, so I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Alright, I'm back. One thing I did forget, and you don't want to use too much, but I used a little bit of chia seed. Not a lot, just a little bit. You don't really want to know what's in there. And I'm going to give this a couple minutes. Stir this in really good first. A couple minutes for everything to meld and absorb, and then I'm going to give it another try. And I found the rest of my open sugar, raw sugar. So like I said, I'm hoping I don't have to use any more of that, but I'm going to taste for seasoning because, well, it is canned, so. Then my water's getting nice and warm. I have it salted. And Porker's, I put a smidge of actual sauce in her beef, because I know she'll like that. I know it's not 100% healthy for her, but better than what better never let her pick out what she ate. Because that dog would eat almost anything. Not as bad as Rocco, but hey, they're all different. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm getting my pasta ready. This is some spinach fettuccine, I think it's called this one. I've never tried it before. It says it only takes about 6 minutes to cook. I'm going to set a timer because, like I've don't want to leave that in there, because I will lose track of time and it will overcook. Alright. So I'll be back just a couple minutes. I'm almost ready to taste that sauce. Alright, I'm going to give my sauce a little taste. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, I cleaned the spoon. She gotta go out. Hold on a minute, dog's gotta go out. Okay. I am gonna use a little bit more of the raw sugar. Alright. And I'm gonna put some more oregano and the Italian blend in it, and I'm not going to make you watch that because I'm sure you're going to make it a little different than mine would be, because everybody got a different palate. Just wanted to let you know, this was the pasta I used. I've never tried it before. I think I got it like a Big Lots or something like that. So I'll be back. Alright, everything's done. This pasta took a lot more than 6-7 minutes. It took more like 13, and I kept testing it every 2 or 3 minutes. So I'm just gonna take a bunch of it out and just pop it like that. And then I'm gonna take this. I mean, most of you know how to do this anyways. And then however much sauce you want. And then I'm gonna throw some Parmesan on there. Everybody, please like, subscribe, and share. Take it easy, stay safe.